For those of you who do not know the difference between a W-2 and a 1099 contractor, I am here to explain it to you, girl. You get to determine where your money goes before the IRS comes and try to take it from you. You might be that healthcare professional at this stage who just wants more freedom and flexibility in your life. Hey, welcome back to my channel. If you are new here, make sure you subscribe so you can stay tuned for additional videos that I post on this channel. I always post things, either travel, nursing, my lifestyle, my faith, everything, okay? But if you are returning here, thank you for supporting me. I'm so excited to talk about this topic today, and this topic has stemmed from my social media posts on Instagram. I had created this carousel on Instagram, and it pretty much said if I wanted to start contracting as a nurse practitioner and I had no idea where to start, here's exactly what I do. The first thing I want to talk about is setting intentions and understanding the difference between a W-2 and 1099 contracting. For those of you who do not know the difference between a W-2 and a 1099 contractor, I am here to explain it to you, girl. A W-2 contractor operates similar to your staff job. So it's not much different than your staff job. At your staff job, you get 401k, you get health insurance, you get malpractice insurance. Those are things that are with a staff W-2 job. As a W-2 contractor, the agency is covering that for you. That is the difference between a W-2 staff job and a W-2 contracting job. So pretty much the employer at your staff job is paying you versus the agency, they're gonna be paying you as a W-2 employee for them. Now, there's a major difference between a W-2 contractor and a 1099 contractor. A 1099 contractor, you obviously get paid more, but you are responsible for your taxes. Whereas a W-2 contractor, the agency takes out the taxes and then you get that net pay, right? As a 1099 contractor, you are responsible for those taxes. You do get paid higher, but you're responsible for the taxes. You're responsible for your retirement plan. You're responsible for your health insurance. Malpractice as a contractor is typically provided by the agency. With that being said, when you are a 1099 contractor, you're actually operating as a business and you are getting all of your income up front, and you have to decide what to do with it. Whether you want to invest it into retirement planning so that you can retire early, and whether you want to start a business, 1099 contracting is the best way to go. You get to determine where your money goes before the IRS comes and try to take it from you. And the goal as a 1099 contractor is to keep your money, to make more money from the money that you're receiving as a contractor and keep your money. Once you figure out how to keep more of your earnings, you are golden. If I am just starting my journey as a contractor, or I'm looking into getting into contracting, I would first decide what is my ultimate goal and which path is gonna take me towards my ultimate goal. You might be that healthcare professional at this stage who just wants more freedom and flexibility in your life. So just a good work-life balance. You don't mind working as a nurse practitioner. You just want that freedom to determine when you want to take off. So as a contractor, in general, a standard contract will be about 13 weeks. So you can design how you want your life to look like. Do you want to just work 3 months, take off a month, then work another 3 months, take off another month, and then work another 3 months, totaling 9 months instead of 12 months? You don't care about managing taxes. You don't care about managing, your health insurance or your retirement plan. You just want that freedom and flexibility in your career. You don't want to start a business. You don't want to do any of that stuff. You just want to get paid a lot more than your staff job and just have time off so that you could spend with your family, friends, or just for yourself, then W-2 will likely be the way you would go. With 1099 contracting, you still have that freedom and flexibility on when and where you want to work. However, you now have that additional responsibility of becoming the employer and employee. Let me explain. So your employer would normally cover the things that I spoke about earlier, right? As a 1099 contractor, you have to completely separate yourself from the business. So as a 1099 contractor, you should ideally have a business entity in place, whether that's an LLC or a PLLC, in order for you to actually contract with agencies that are 1099 agencies. If I am operating as Ebony Time working for a 1099 contract, you are doing it completely wrong. I should have an LLC or a PLLC in place that is contracted with the agency. You are the employee working the contract, but you're working under your business. The good thing about being a 1099 contractor is that your everyday expenses can now become business expenses. So if you own a car, right, and you're paying a car note, that car note can now become a business expense. Gas, mileage, tolls, those are all business expenses because essentially you need that car to get to work so that you can be able to see these patients. So now those things become business expense. And I'm only speaking on people that are operating solely as a 1099 contractor. Make sure you have that business entity in place. Make sure you are deducting business expenses by switching personal expenses into now business expenses. If you work telehealth at home, a portion of your rent or your mortgage can be a tax deductible item. If you have to travel for work, those things are tax deductible. Your subscriptions that you have, like UpToDate, Hippocrates, any type of subscriptions that you have that you are actually paying for as a personal expense, you can now add that as a business expense by simply working as a 1099 contractor. Now understanding the difference between a W-2 and a 1099 contractor, you want to figure out what route you want to go. Both is going to give you freedom and flexibility. Both is going to give you a higher pay. But are you that type of person that don't want to manage taxes, don't want to pay for your own health insurance, don't want to pay for your own retirement plan? Then W-2 is the way to go. If you're that person that's like, look, my health insurance premiums is tax deductible. The contributions that I put into retirement is tax deductible. I just want all my money up front and I'm going to decide what to do with it before Uncle Sam tries to get it. Then 1099 is the way for you to go. So it is important for you to first get clear on your why you want to do contracting, and decide whether you want to do W-2 or 1099 contract. Secondly, you have to build a relationship with recruiters. Not just one recruiter, multiple recruiters of multiple companies. It is important for you to grow your network. The beginning stages as a contractor is going to be hard because you're going to come across those good apples. You're going to come across those bad apples, okay? You want to vet the best recruiters. It's not about what agency do you work with, what's the best agency to work with. What it comes down to is how good your recruiter is. Your recruiter becomes the voice for you. Your recruiter should know exactly what you want. They should know where you're licensed at. They should know the type of contracts you want to work. My recruiters know I'm strictly a 1099 girly. If it's a W-2 job, it has to be paying real good as a W-2. But I'm mainly a 1099 contractor. So my recruiters know that. They also know that I am a PRN worker, right? So I don't work 13 weeks anymore like I used to. When I first started, I was working at least 9 months out of the year before I started my business. Then I cut down slowly as my business started to grow. My income started to grow in different ways. I started cutting down slowly working as a contractor. So I went from working 9 months out of the year to working 6 months out of the year to simply designing my schedule based on how I want to work, whether it's a summertime only, whether it's PRN contracts, whether it's just the winter time only, and so on. Your recruiter needs to know this information. And even when you're on the contract, guys, you should still stay connected with all of your recruiters. Do your part by reaching out to your recruiter and letting them know, hey, I'm on contract until September, but I still want you to keep me posted on any opportunities that come by, because there are also some job opportunities that if they really like you, they are willing to wait for you. And sometimes credentialings can take up to 90 days anyways. You want your recruiters to tell you about these opportunities even while you're on assignment, so that you can be able to decide whether you would want to work them or not. You guys, your resume is so important to landing these contracting opportunities. I can't even stress it enough. You need to highlight your skills. What skills do you have that can cross over to other opportunities? In order for you to have multiple opportunities presented to you, you have to have freedom and flexibility. I cannot stress that enough. If you are in a state where there is an abundance of opportunities, such as California, Texas, New York, where you don't really need to go anywhere, then in that case, you don't need multiple licenses. But if you are in a state that lacks opportunities for contracting work, and you really want to do contracting work, whether it is 1 year, 2 years, maybe this is just a new lifestyle for you, then you want to make sure that you have enough qualified licenses for your specialty. I recommend just doing something called a market research. A market research is where you simply look at the job opportunities and you look and see what states are coming up the most. Say I'm scrolling on Indeed or something, and it's like Massachusetts, 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 Massachusetts. Baby, guess what? I'm going to get a license in Massachusetts. I say this to say, one license, limited opportunities. More license, more leverage. We are not hopping on any contract we see just because we need to quit our job because our job is stressing us out. No, come up with a plan. You need to know prior to taking these contracts what works for you. We are also not hopping on any rate that we see. Never accept the first rate that you see. There's always this thing called negotiating. We are negotiating something. Whether it's our rate, whether it's a car rental, whether it's mileage, whether it's a hotel, we are negotiating something in this contract. I want you to fold a piece of paper right now and write a list of things that you are willing to negotiate. And then also write a list of things that you are not willing to negotiate. So anytime these opportunities come around, you now know, hey, does this hit my negotiable list or my non-negotiable? That's going to take you guys a long way. Lastly, you guys, structure is so important. You don't have to worry about this too much as a W-2 contractor, but as a 1099 contractor, you have to have a system in place that allows you to just negotiate your rate, take that contract, and let the system work for itself. When the income is coming in, where is the money going? And just to clarify, the more money you make does not mean the more the IRS take if you have a good tax strategy in place. So girl, just make your money, build your freedom, have that flexibility, and become a CEO of your career. All right, guys, so I'm going to wrap it up. I hope this helped you a lot. I'm thinking about doing some more of these quick tip videos. So if you love this video, make sure you guys like, comment, and subscribe. I also do a free training, which I'm going to tag in the show notes below so that you can see the next date of my training. If you guys love this video, drop a comment below. If you actually want more, put more in the comment section, and I'm gonna come up with some more videos for you guys. All right, guys, love you. Have a great day.